how he is? Good.
I guess we haven't really talked to you since the hiring. So, what are your thoughts on Coach Golden?
Well, he's been busy, running crazy, and so have I. So it's not like we've had any major meetings together or anything like that. So it's just, we're focused on the practices, and now we're really into game planning as a staff. So it's time consuming. I don't know if I'm answering your question.
Well, he mentioned you guys had lunch together once.
Yeah, back. I told you. I've known Al. I told Susan that the night of the banquet that I've known him a long time. We've recruited against each other, for a long time, and tremendous respect for the. You always know when you come up against a really good recruiter because he's relentless. And I hope people say that about me when I'm recruiting somebody, and they. But that's the respect you earn for people that work hard.
Did you see? You didn't come that night, did you? The night that he talked to the community. The
Monday night.
No.
Yeah, the press conference. Did you see it at all? Any of it?
Yes, I did.
Your impressions?
I thought he did a great job. He addressed a lot of the questions. Didn't dodge any questions. So. I think he did a great job.
As far as practice today, what did you guys work on? And I guess
today was a day that I said this in a press conference out in El Paso. We were going to try to stay as competitive as possible, offense, defense, special teams, and then we would sprinkle in a 15-play period each day, which would be just strictly Notre Dame. And so that was today's practice, and it was fiery. It was a lot of enthusiasm.
We noticed Chantrell and Orlando weren't out there. At least
there's a flu bug going around, and it's like every day somebody else goes down with it.
Really?
Yeah, and so it's hard when you're in the locker room together. It's hard to keep everybody contained, but Chantrell is lucky he got through his finals, to be honest with you, because he was sick on the last day and he had a lot of work to do. But he finished everything up, and he's been in bed pretty sick.
How many guys do you think have been out or in and out with the practices because of that?
It's like 1, 2, or 3 a day, and so I'm hoping we can just get through it here in a week, and everybody can. And it's funny because I asked the guys that get it. I said, did you take a flu shot? I never take a flu shot. I took one this year. I'm saying the guys I've asked did not. So
you can still get it with a flu shot. It's not as bad.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Jeff, Notre Dame 7-5, obviously, did some good things and not so good things, but they finished strong with the win over USC. What kinds of things do you see from them that pose a big threat? Obviously, Floyd seems pretty good on the outside.
They're hot right now. They come off 3 games, especially the USC game, and so they're playing competitive football right now. They've got a lot of their injuries. Ian Williams is back. He was injured towards the end a little bit, but he's a wrecking force. He's a great. To run the defense that they run, you have to have that type of player, and he's back, so that's going to only strengthen their defense. And Fleming at the outside, is got most of their sacks. I think he's got 7 sacks. He's going to be a handful. So defensively, they've got their fair share of really good players.
How about on the offensive side of things?
Yeah, offensively, up front, their offensive line, and again, most of the time I've spent has been with the defense, but because we're kind of short with the coaching thing. But offensively, I'll say this, from a schematic standpoint, they're going to do a lot of things. They're going to spread the ball around, and they'll start to sprinkle a run in there and like stuff like that. But their offensive line, I think, is solid. I always look at that because that's what I coach. And whenever you have a solid offensive line, I think that's the core of the team, that you can do some great things. I think also on offense, they've got a couple guys that are returning from injury, so everybody will be healthy.
With the offensive line, Corey White got scout team, or whatever it was. I know you don't work with the scout team, but just
scout team player of the year.
There you go. Just how did you do this year? What impressed you with him and his development?
Corey's, I'm telling you now, one of the things about players is this, and my dad used to tell me this growing up. He said, if you can just get that much better every day. I never used to listen to my dad. You know, seriously, he's like, oh, here we go again. I got to hear this guy talk to me and preach to me again. But after a while, he starts saying, you know what, he was right. That guy, every day, every week, and if you ask the defensive coaches, because they work with him mostly because he's on the scout team, they all tell him, I love that kid. He's a worker. He's got great work ethic. And all he wants to do is get better and improve. So,
I need to hang with you, bro.
long term, you know, I wish he could be 300 pounds right now. If he was 300 pounds, he would be unstoppable. I mean, he would be real competitive. I mean, I'm telling you, he would bypass some guys. And I keep telling him, if I'm you, I'm making a job of that. I knew a player years and years and years ago. His name was Scott Mercer. Played for the New York Jets. Remember when the strike happened? He ended up somehow sneaking in the back door, and he ended up playing 11 years in the NFL. And he used to wake up at 2 in the morning and eat a pound of pasta when I was in college. And I was like, this guy's crazy. And he came in weighing 235. He ended up leaving at 305, but he could jump and run, and he was athletic. And I said, Corey, I told him the story about this guy. I said, you should make a pound of pasta every night. You have to make a job of it, you know, because it's the only way you're going to obviously gain weight and eat more frequent meals. But he's really coming on right now.
How much does he weigh? Right now?
Probably 270. You know, but he's been that weight for quite a while now. You know, I keep trying to get him to move him. You know, he came in when he was in our football camp and going into his senior year of high school, he was 218 pounds.
Wow.
When I okayed him for the scholarship offer, everyone was looking at me like I was crazy.
He came as a tight end, right?
No, he never came here as a
No,
tight
he
end.
played tight end, I thought, no? Couldn't he get moved
played
or something?
tackle as a high school senior. But he was in our camp and he was 218, and I said I want to offer him a scholarship. And everybody's looking at me like, you got to be out of your mind. But I was looking down the line because I had players in the past years. Greg Bladon, who was a tight end, who played 7 years in the NFL for the Seattle Sea. You know, he played, but he was a tight end that they converted him. He became a center for me. But so I would just say, oh, he could be like him, or I was projecting him because he could run, he was athletic, he could change direction. So I mean, I expect him to be involved down the road.
He's a tackle, Jeff.